I like video games, I play them a lot and I'm always searching for a new one that catches my attention, but whenever I search for a game on Play Store it's always not really good. But I don't lose hope, because sometimes there are really good hidden gems. It could be a challenging platformer, or an RPG with a good story. I always try to find that game that is made with love and care. But when I wanted to play a 3D sandbox, I couldn't find it. On Play Store there's only 2D games or whatever the hell is this I guess, and even outside of the Play Store I couldn't quite find a game that was just a sandbox to build and have physics in 3D, and after giving up I remembered, wait, I'm a game dev, I can do it myself, so I opened Unity and put myself the titanic task of creating a simple, 3D game with physics, that could run on phones. The first thing I needed to do was to create a more specific vision of what my game really was. I knew I wanted my game to have physics, but things like the controls or the UI are stuff that you don't really think about at first, and to have a better idea of what to do about it, at every point in the development I looked at other sandbox games and thought, why does this work for this game? And when you understand that, you can use what other games have made, to build upon it and create your original version. I started by sketching this drawing which would work as a roadmap. It contains all of the little things I should get done, like all the tools of the game, the shapes you can use for building and these little objects that I call devices, that can have stuff that is more out of place but can't be modified so you don't break stuff, and after that I can start doing the second thing done, the art style. I went for these very simple looking blocks and white transparent UI because I think it's the most easy to understand, and also I couldn't add very realistic light effects or something because if on top of physics your phone had to deal with good graphics I think my game would turn any phone into a hand grenade. The UI doesn't have colors because the scene could really change the overall screen color at any time and I didn't want the UI to stick out too much during any circumstance so I made it a very neutral color, and also it has this effect where it blurs things that are behind it that I really like. For all the icons I have this art style that is mostly about drawing the overall shape in pure white and then adding detail by erasing parts where you would normally add a black line. It creates these white and simple icons that I personally like a lot. Now the music, I have to admit something here, I have never tried to make music before. And I don't understand that much of music theory, but I downloaded the most simple app I could find that would allow me to export in MP3, and started just pressing keys until I had a melody that I liked, made a simple bass and had it loop with different instruments. I guess it works since I also don't want to make something that distracts you too much from the game itself, so I hope you like it. I did my best, I promise. And for the sound effects, I recorded them myself with my mouse, a piece of cardboard and a nail clipper. I think I like making sound effects more than music, it's really fun. And lastly, the programming. This has caused me so many headaches, but I'll just let you see the final solutions to the main aspects of the game. First one, how does the player modify objects exactly? At first I wanted to make it so when you click on an object, a wheel shows up and when you release your finger over one of these options it applies that to that object, but this was extremely slow if you wanted to modify multiple objects, so I went with the current method of picking the tool, and then clicking on the object you want to modify, and to detect which object you're choosing the game just creates a raycast from the camera to the direction your finger points at and checks if there's anything in between. After that every tool decides if it wants to delete it, make the object follow your finger or change the color of the object. Another thing is how to manage the different properties an object can have. This one I made so every object has a list of the properties it has, and with the properties menu you can add or remove properties from that list. Right now there are 4 properties but I want to add more. And the last interesting code to talk about is the save file system I think, because I can't really just save a Unity scene. The solution was that for each object, I just collect every relevant info about it and put it on a .json file. Then when loading you just read that info again and recreate the scene from that file. Very simple, and since it's only text most of the times it never even reaches 1 megabyte of storage. One thing I have to say is that keeping the game bug-free is really hard, because for everything you add, you have to make sure it doesn't break something you added before, since everything has to be compatible with everything, but when it does work it feels so good, so satisfying that when you try doing some weird combination it works exactly as you expected. That's the spirit of the game, to experiment and do what you want. That's why I added tools for builders and physics for the demolishers, and it's what I want to achieve with more updates in the future. So if you're interested, please go check experimental box on itch.io. It's currently not on Play Store right now because that costs money and I'm low-key broke, but I will try to pay the price and probably have like a single non-invasive ad somewhere so it eventually slowly pays itself. But if you want to play the current version, go visit the link in the description and pinned comment. Goodbye.